So obviously we're doing things a little bit different. I just got back from the Jeepers Creepers 3 screening and wanted to give you guys my review, so I just kind of threw the camera up, settled back, ready to kick it. Let's dive in. Alright, I gotta let you guys know right up front, this is gonna be a spoiler-filled review. So, if you haven't seen the movie yet, go check it out, and then come on back here. Alright, you're here, you've seen the movie. Just we're on the same page. I want to say we pick up right where we left off. However, basically, we start off with, you know, the creeper back. Tearing shit up, terrorizing the old town that is in some kind of bizarro land time warp. We'll get to that later. And then the old heroine of our story, Miss Stock. So start off with the likes, and that is this to say, I had to kind of dig pretty deep on this one, and you know, there's just, I mean, there's nothing that's just, not usually that's just unspeakably awful. There's always kind of something good to find. This one was a little bit of a challenge. However, I did succeed. I will have to say that there were probably 2, possibly 3 rather well-placed jump scares. You know, they were placed in not the obvious areas or locale, which is kind of what makes an effective jump scare. You know, don't get me wrong, the movie had a few of those jump scares that you saw coming a mile away, but they did provide a few of them that got the whole entire audience going, so I would definitely give credit for that and on that. As to anything else I may have liked about the film, I am honestly drawing blanks. Okay, it's just like time. Okay, so I kind of broken it down into some big, huge, major ones. There's a lot, but let's deal right off the bat, right at the top. Just, boy, bad acting. You know, everybody is like overly dramatic. A lot of screaming, you know, when there probably shouldn't be. You know, a lot of just chewing of the scenery, man. I mean, it wasn't universal across the board. There were, you know, greater offenders than others, you know, but just, yeah, over the top, or like, you know, in the case of our heroine, sort of underwhelming, you know, yeah, just a mess. And then the actor or actress choice was also way off. You know, the heroine's little stud boyfriend, who he described as having a great butt or whatever the hell, it's like the town dork, man. I mean, seriously, just a complete pussy. You know, which made that just ridiculous. You know, and then the main sheriff guy's like a, you know, he's a killer, badass sharpshooter that looks like he spends a lot of time in the donut shop. I'm not saying he's got to look like Rambo, but, you know, a little bit of a little something, if we could. You know, just an absolute mess. You know, and then the decision was made, as has been made before, but there was a lot of this, to show the creature during the day, in broad daylight, bright light. Yes, the makeup is good. It's not any more outstanding than anything else. I didn't necessarily put it as a like. I just kind of come to expect that. But, you know, you lose a lot of the scary factor, shall we say. When, you know, your monster's trouncing around in the daylight, having a good old time, you know, and also, like, changing the station on the police scanner and driving a car and, you know, like, doing sort of pedestrian things, but then all of a sudden he has undisclosed magical abilities. You know, he can fly at super fast speeds, except, of course, when the plot needs him to walk. You know, he can have this super booby-trapped, tricked-out van of his, yet I guess he doesn't remember all the booby traps, because there's the one on the side of the seat that gets the teenage boy in the side of the head dead. Then, you know, Jeepers, for lack of a better name, he, boom, gets it in the head when he's chasing after the girl. But it was done really for no other reason than to just show the little effect of his eyeball popping out, which is magically back the next scene, maybe 2 scenes. I guess it was out for 1 because he had to adjust his javelin. It was just a mess. You know, I'm not saying that the monsters and the creatures always have to be at night or in the dark. Not at all. They are obviously better when they are. I mean, that is the entire concept, right? You know, I mean, our human primal fear began with the fear of the unknown, extenuated to the fear of the dark, as our eyes, not adjusting to that, created a lot of unknown. Okay, I'm gonna harp on that. I will harp on, however, the director's choice for slow motion. Slow motion is a dangerous thing. It can and often is, and in this case, really was overused. It can be inappropriately used, which it was. You know, it's obviously there to, you know, express certain things, and in the hands of a master. Whew, what the hell, man? I'm sorry, guys. This has been a hell of a day, man. Don't even get me started. Anyway, in the hand of a master, boom. It's good, it's solid, it's set. This, sadly, is not a master. I mean, flat out. Big, huge slow-mo scene where Jeepers is running after a guy, jumps in the air, does the big, you know, 40-foot leap with the wings, and then the black guy, old, soon-to-be-dead cop, magically spins around the machine gun to shoot him. It was in slow-mo for so long that the audience was busting out laughing. No doubt or question, the director thought this was going to be a big money shot, thought this was going to be a big deal, and it was reduced to a laughable comedy segment because of the overuse of slow motion. I mean, that, you know, that was criminal. You know, anytime that somebody's running to go discover something dramatic, you know, put it in slow-mo. You know, it's just yeah, not a good thing all around. And then it was also written by the same guy that directed it, you know, and so when it comes to some writing issues, I have to call him out on that as well. And you know, this is pet peeves of mine, or the big writing potholes, the logic gaps. Well, this kind of went a step further. You introduced this concept within the movie that if you grab, basically, or it grabs, you know, the severed hand of the creeper. I'm trying, guys, I'm trying, woo! It imbues you with all this knowledge, okay? You find out everything about the creeper, you know, where, you know, it came from, how old it is, how to kill it, all this other stuff, and not one, but 2 characters do not give out any of this information. None. You know? I'm thinking to myself, first thing you do, hey, by the way, I know how to kill this. Here it is in case something happens. Everybody got it? Is it written down? I need to email it. Let's spin it around. Text it, fucking post it on Facebook. I don't care. Just get the word out, you know? Oh, wait, you want to know a little bit about this thing? All right, well, you know, it came around on this. Bottom line is that, you know, the writer-director didn't have anything for this, you know, and instead decided to deceptively, so that it could be thrown into the trailer, put the idea that they're finally going to reveal information about the creeper and how to kill it, and they don't. And you know what? I mean, don't kill them. I know you set this up for a sequel and you think there's going to be a sequel. There's not. But if you're going to introduce that concept, then perhaps not full disclosure, but you may need some kind of payoff for it. At the very least, if you're not willing to come up with an origin story, you know, come up with some wacko-jacko way to kill it that fails miserably. Or that, you know, only works once. Of course, then they'd be dead. Okay, clearly I've reached that point of no return. So, we're going to go right to the pinhead. Alright, it's pinhead time, and, you know, you heard him out, man. I mean, I had to fight and struggle for a like. Dislikes were loaded up. There's plenty more, but I am losing it, clearly. You know, I gotta say that you know, the basics were there. Like, was not, you know, badly shot. It wasn't, you know, it was all technically sound. You know, couple jump scares, couple of the gore. Honestly, not enough. All that combined is basically going to get this. I don't even know how to freaking do it, but it's half a pinhead. That's right, half a pinhead. But I have, like, I mean, maybe a half a digit. You know, half a pinhead. All right, so. Clearly, not on the top of my game. However, what did you think of the review? Let me know in the comment section below. Plus, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel.